image was a pattern of stars. Anna was instructed to draw circles around each of them. Since her right arm was paralysed, she took the pen in her left hand and scribbled out all the stars. "Let's try again," said the nurse kindly, as if it didn't really matter, presenting Anna with an identical sheet and explaining the task once more. Anna struck through the stars furiously, as if wishing to obliterate a whole galaxy. When I left the ward, the nurse followed me. Beside the machine where you put in a coin and got a cup of bad coffee, she gave me a leaflet called "What is Communication?" She said, "You do know that Anna has very severe aphasia." I did know. I didn't. I put a coin in the machine and hesitated. "The coffee's shit," said a voice behind me. "My dad likes the hot chocolate." I punched the button for hot chocolate. Boiling water spluttered onto the milk powder. I turned to see a man in his 60s, dressed in water sports shorts and a T-shirt that said Oxford Kayak Tours. He exuded the confidence of a consultant. "Thanks for the advice. It looks disgusting." He shrugged. "You could bring her a thermos." I gazed across a row of beds covered in identical blue blankets. A window ran the length of the ward, and I watched weather moving across the valley, sheets of rain muting the autumn colours of the distant woods. Oxford's dreaming spires are spoken of more often than the soft hills that hem them in. When I first arrived in the city as a student, a college doctor warned me that my lungs would miss the air of the northern moors. The Vale of the White Horse contains pollution like smoke in a bowl. The doctor could have applied his theory to people too. I didn't intend to stay once my studies ended, but however many times I left, circumstances would draw me back. The long chalk range of the Chilterns to the south and east, and the low scarp slope of the Berkshire Downs were gently but persuasively encircling. Through 20 years of travels, Oxford remained my poste restante. Anna had allowed me the freedom to travel, but recently she had seemed to care less whether I returned. We were slipping out of each other's orbit with an ominously steady trajectory. I worked away from home more and more, and when I was offered a fellowship in Germany, I took it. Anna did not come. A few months later, I was hosting a dinner for a wild cohort of artists in my apartment in the Künstlerhaus, a converted Baroque palace beside the river Regnitz. I heard myself talking wistfully about my partner, who, being an interpreter, was so much better at languages than I was, then making excuses for her absence that did not even convince me as I uttered them. Later, while rinsing the delicate wine glasses, I resolved to travel back to England to have a conversation about the future, which might mean separating. The night before I was due to leave, I received the phone call. The one that comes from an unknown number and rings until you know you have to answer. My suitcase was already packed. In our basement flat, I begin to unravel the disarray that amassed before Anna's hospitalisation. The briars had grown until they hid the whole castle. Scans of Anna's brain have revealed that she suffered at least one undocumented stroke in the last few years. Such a neutral word. Behind it lies an incomprehensible enormity, that Anna experienced brain trauma and did not receive help, that we continued to struggle through the days oblivious to her needs. I flick back through the calendar in my mind again and again, wondering which moment things changed. I view our lives together in a different light. The behaviour that puzzled and disturbed me. Why, every time I left for a few days, the flat descended into chaos, so that I dreaded returning home. The dishes unwashed, the loose change scattered over the floor, the unopened mail stuffed down the back of the bed and the sofa, inside books. 100 small tasks begun and never completed.